Well, here I am. It's the end of my journey, and what a strange adventure it's been. I haven't told anyone this before, but this actually all began as an accident. A little less than 2 years ago, I had been up all night playing around on my computer. Towards the end of my sleep deprived night, I began looking at Purdue Global really as just a curiosity, imagining what it would be like to get a degree in IT, a job in software development, and then a means to get off of disability and make a better life for me and my family. In my confused state of mind, though, I apparently signed up to enroll when I thought I was signing up simply for more information about the possibility. In any event, the next day I had an email in my account congratulating me on my enrollment. So I shrugged and told my girlfriend, "Oh, by the way, I enrolled in college yesterday." But hey, if you're going to do something, accidentally or not, you might as well do it right. So I went all in, and now in just a few short days, I'll be graduating with my bachelor's degree and a 4.0 GPA. This might seem like a strange tangent, but I think it's perfectly analogous to my internship with PGIP-Tech. After all, I've spent the last 10 weeks learning to accept and adapt to the completely unexpected at a moment's notice. Learning objectives and tasks, greater knowledge of and experience with C Sharp, understanding and utilizing Git and GitLab more. Most of the experience with each of these came from Project Breaker, our Brick Breaker clone game made in Unity. Ryan, my team lead in the beginning, conceptualized the project and I helped him write up a rough design document. Then Doug, my fellow intern, wrote the game controllers for it as I wrote the sound scripts and designed the sound and music through Cakewalk, a digital audio workstation, or DAW. All of this was shared back and forth through GitLab using Git directly through the command line. I have a love-hate relationship with Git, for certain. It is incredibly powerful and convenient, but that learning curve is absurd. Throughout all of this, my worst moments were, without a doubt, a direct result of merge conflicts with Git. And I'm so thankful for it, honestly. I would much rather have had all these struggles now than when I'm on a job. Greater flexibility and ability to work solo or with a team, stronger analytical skills, more experience with team collaboration and communication, greater confidence and skill set. I think I can address all of these at once as well. Just a few short weeks after beginning my internship, I was more or less told that I was taking over the soft dev team lead position. As if that weren't jarring enough, I had to take over the soft dev manager position just a week later, as our previous manager had to leave due to family emergencies. So, talk about flexibility. There was very little instruction because of the abruptness of the situation, so I had to analyze and adapt, and figure it out as I went. This necessarily included a variety of solo and team tasks, and a ton of collaboration and communication as I was now assigning tasks to interns and helping to conceptualize new projects. I was also forced to lead soft dev meetings, of course, which left me absolutely no time to question whether my social anxiety could handle the task. All in all, though, the fact that I managed to keep everything together and the program continued to run smoothly was a huge benefit to my own confidence. Evaluation and validation. I kind of want to laugh when I read this question. How can these items be evaluated? I suppose by the fact that the proverbial ship didn't sink. I mean, the software development department is still running, so I'd call that a pretty clear indication that I did my job. Aside from that, I do have a quick demo of some work I did on Project Breaker during my time. Now, to answer the rest of this, I would say that depending on the job in question, I think both my leadership experience and my bit of game dev and sound design work can certainly be included on my resume. Resume. My resume was not really changed in any drastic way because of this. I would say that I have gained a bit more proof of my ability for the skills that are already mentioned. My next steps are to complete a working demo of my own in progress game project and begin presenting that as a part of my portfolio. I think that I have enough evidential experience to attain an entry level software development job, but as my ultimate goal is to get into game development, I really need to focus on proving that ability. Course or topic suggestion. One suggestion immediately comes to mind for our curriculum: Git. I've been talking about this since the very first time I had a class project that required the use of Git, and every student or intern I've worked with has said the same thing. We absolutely need a course dedicated to understanding Git, GitHub, and repository management. This is a subject that is absolutely vital to software development, and we are all left woefully unprepared. So, to finish up the questions under overall impressions, was it beneficial? I think that there are pros and cons to this sort of internship through PGIP-Tech. I would say that on the one hand, it's really awesome that they kind of encourage you to take your own path and do what you feel you need to do in order to derive the most benefit for your own career path. That kind of freedom is awesome. I mean, you can really focus on what you feel like you need, but that is also a double edged sword. On the other hand, there is no structure, or there's at least not as much structure as you would expect from a typical internship. So I feel like I've continued my education in a very real way, and I've become more accustomed to deadlines and other people relying on me for certain things. But at the same time, I don't feel like I've actually experienced a real on the job internship at all. I feel like this was a great experience for what it was, but if I were able, I would still prefer to have a real internship. And I don't mean that demeaningly to PGIP, but in an externship, I guess, with an actual company that has projects already in the works that you are expected to mold yourself into. I think that if PGIP Tech had more structure and had the ability to have some people, one or two people even, that were actually paid to do this so that they could do it full time, leading the internship, so that they could really put the time and effort into developing some projects or outlining at least some projects for internships to follow, I think that it would be hugely beneficial for everyone involved. And I don't know if that's even a possibility for this sort of thing, but I would love to see that happen for future interns. So, would I recommend it to others? I would say that I would explain that to them. And I would recommend it to people that feel like they would benefit a lot from that. And if it's someone that is looking for the real experience of being on the job, no, I don't think I could recommend it to them. But I am thankful for it.